If you want the same kind of agent workflow on your own machine, check out Conductor.com. Conductor works with the coding agents already in your current setup. It runs fully local, and I'll also show the open source repo and native coding agent screenshots later in this video. NotebookLM just made one of its smartest product moves yet, and it has nothing to do with enterprise dashboards or hardcore research workflows. It turned March Madness coverage into something that feels like a personal sports podcast. The post shows men's and women's tournament featured notebooks that let you keep up with every game, ask for a 60-second shot clock brief, get the most important stats, and consume the whole thing through NotebookLM's audio overview style experience. That matters because it shows NotebookLM moving from useful tool into productized media format. And that shift is a lot bigger than it looks. NotebookLM has always been powerful, but it also had a setup problem. The value was real, but you still had to gather sources, build the notebook, structure the material, and know what to ask. That is fine for power users. It is not fine if you want a product normal people reach for every day. Featured notebooks fix that. Instead of asking the user to do all the curation work, Google ships a curated notebook up front. Then NotebookLM layers interaction and audio on top of it. That changes the feel of the product completely. It stops being only a research workspace and starts becoming a reusable information surface. In this case, one that can turn sports coverage into a recap, a podcast, a stat briefing, and a followable tournament feed. Let's walk through the actual clip. It opens on a tournament-themed NotebookLM experience and quickly shifts into an audio overview panel. Then we see a prompt that says, "Give me a 60-second shot clock brief on the 3 most important stats from today's games." That one line is doing a lot of work because it shows the product is not just summarizing a pile of notes. It is turning curated source material into a sports-specific briefing format. Then the clip jumps through a few different views. One screen says "Get the game insights." Another says "Tournament midpoint review," all in one place. We also see category-style metrics like offensive firepower, health and availability, and tournament pace. So the product is not being shown as a blank notebook. It is being shown as an experience layer over tournament information. And that is why the clip works. It feels less like a document tool and more like a sports media product that just happens to be powered by NotebookLM. Now here is the solid version. Google's Featured Notebooks announcement explains that featured notebooks are curated notebooks built with trusted partners and preloaded with strong source material. Google explicitly says users can ask questions, read the sources, listen to pre-generated audio overviews, and explore themes with NotebookLM's normal interaction tools. That lines up closely with what this post is showing. The sports notebooks are basically a productized wrapper around NotebookLM's core strengths: source grounding, conversational exploration, and audio-based understanding. And if you zoom out a little, the public notebook push matters too. Google has already been moving NotebookLM toward easier sharing and more public-facing use. So the sports recap demo is not random. It fits a broader strategy where NotebookLM becomes something people can consume, not just build. This is why I think the post matters more than it seems. A lot of AI products stay trapped at the tool layer. They are powerful, but they still make the user do too much setup work. The most successful products figure out how to package capability into a repeatable experience people return to. That is exactly what this sports example does. It takes NotebookLM's research strengths and turns them into something that feels like a recurring media habit. Instead of asking, "What documents should I upload?" the user asks, "What happened in today's games?" That may sound small, but it is how products get sticky. AI gets much more powerful when it stops asking the user to assemble the machine every time they want value. Zooming out, this fits the same broader pattern we keep seeing. The tools that win are the ones that turn raw capability into workflow. Or better yet, into habit. That is also why I keep bringing up ConductorOSS.com and the Conductor OSS repo at github.com/tyrannyk06/conductor-oss. I'll show the repo, the native coding agent launch screens, and the current local setup on screen here. Conductor works with the coding agents already in your setup, and it runs fully local. NotebookLM is moving from research tool to productized knowledge surface. Conductor does the same kind of packaging move for coding agent workflows from the local first side. Different category, same truth. The winners are the systems that remove setup friction and make the useful behavior feel natural. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe. And if you want an agent setup that works with all your current coding agents and runs fully local, go to productization.com and check the open source Conductor repo. The next big leap in AI is not just smarter output. It is turning capability into something people actually use every day.